Hello there everyone and welcome to the first LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Q&A. I'm not gonna lie, see a lot of people doing these, and I consider myself to be quite a LEGO Star Wars expert, to be honest. I know everything about the original games. Everything that we know about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, I know pretty much so far, apart from the stuff we don't know. I heavily study these games, obviously to deliver the content on this channel, so I thought I'll join in and I'll do a Q&A series with my knowledge. So let's go. I'm going to be playing a bit of LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars in the background. A lot of you guys wanted to see that on the poll I did as well, so we're going to be trying to 100% this as well in the meantime. Hello there Noah, hi Zach Allen. Be sure to leave your questions as well guys, and I will give you some educated answers. And I will be prioritising today the chat over gameplay, so if you have questions, now is the time. Hello there Jordan, Barnabas, welcome, how are you? Karen, what's up? Noah, Alev, Hugo, Adam, Droid Commander, Cowboy Max Film Fan, Will, Henry, Noah, Trexon, Jordan, Pixarab, welcome. So, anyway, I'm going to probably do these like once a week, guys, anyway. But, leave your questions. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So, mission in the background. I want a casual mission that I can easily answer questions with. I could just record gameplay and show it on screen, but I'd rather play. I love playing this game. So, first question, Captain Rex, do you think the game will be delayed? This is the big one people want, because, admittedly and intentionally, yes, my video caused a lot of controversy, and like I say, intentionally, I kind of knew it was going to. It's inevitable that something like that would. But do I think it's going to be delayed? Realistically, so there's been a lot of things to point either way, I will say. However, I believe that there was a tweet that basically says, one of the devs said, because news is coming this summer, and one of the devs replied with, there's 3 weeks left of summer. So they're counting it as before September. Meaning that I believe it could be on track. If we get something in August, I've been saying for a long time, this is the last chance. I said it with the Xbox Games Showcase. I've been saying all the time I think this is the last chance, but judging off that tweet from one of the devs themselves, I believe that if nothing comes in August, the game is delayed. If we get something in August, well, it's pretty much going to tell us, isn't it, if the game is delayed or not. I'm on Xbox, if you're wondering what game I'm on. Trax, and this game was my childhood as well. Like, I mean, you've watched me before, so you know how much I love this, I'm guessing. When do you think we'll get more news? Totally 3 weeks from now, or within 3 weeks. So there's this Xbox event that I hear people talking about. That has no confirmation yet, but we're looking at the last week of August for that. So I would say between October 20th and, August 20th and the final day of August, somewhere in between that time period seems about right. What character am I most excited for, Spooky Man? I personally saying, in terms of mechanics, I want to see how General Grievous is looking at this point. Like, General Grievous for me is going to be the one I think to watch out for. What else have we got? Are there going to be microtransactions? So there was a leaked image that suggested that there was going to be 8 DLCs. I got to force this open, by the way. But there was an image that suggested there was going to be 8 DLCs. So what those 8 DLCs would be or not, I don't know. You'd have to give me your best bet in the chat. But I would say there's going to be 8 DLCs personally. Is it going to let me through here? I feel like I got... No, I got to go back across, that's it. I knew there was something. I got to go on this. There we go. You got the mole skin, Matthew. Congrats, my friend. Congrats. Finally. It's such a grind, isn't it? No force that Savage. Imagine if Grievous is better in this game than he is in Battlefront 2. That would be insane. I cannot wait for Grievous personally. Do you think there's going to be online co-op? I don't. Now, like I said, my knowledge on LEGO Star Wars is good. My knowledge on the outer world of LEGO games isn't as good. And I'm told, I may have this statistic wrong, but I'm told that there hasn't been online co-op in a LEGO game for a great many years now. If someone could tell me the amount of years, that would be great. But I think going off that stat alone, and considering in terms of online, LEGO games don't seem to be in the 21st century, to be honest. Because if they were, they would understand that people like to play online in these types of games. So it's interesting. What do you think about character outfits? Do you think they'll be labelled as separate characters? This one I was hoping someone would ask, actually. So, because obviously it's caused a bit of confusion that in my character videos, I have been putting them as separate. That's for the sake of the videos, to be honest, and nothing more. But the thing is, they're going to go with the same approach as the original games, but they're also going to take things from the Force Awakens game, and obviously like modern LEGO games in general. I think they will be the same slots on the menu, so for example, old Obi-Wan, you'll just toggle right or left to get to young Obi-Wan. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the case, because personally, I like the OG stuff. I would prefer it to go the OG way, and I would be so happy if they went the OG way, but I think they're going to make it so you have to toggle. Hello Obi-Wan, how are you? Why do I think hardly any gameplay is out? This is another one I wanted to touch upon, because I've seen the excuse, and it's a good one to be fair, that LEGO games don't get the same marketing that your AAA games get. And that's true, I looked into that and that is true. However, the thing is, you look at when this game first got revealed, and look how much we got in such a short space of time. Now that is a lot of marketing to get so quickly for a game that people can then come and use the excuse, well, they don't market these games. I think, yeah, maybe with another title. I'd say Marvel and Star Wars are going to get good marketing. Maybe like they do LEGO Harry Potter games as well. I mean, I don't follow that franchise, so I couldn't tell you the first thing about it. But I think, obviously, the pandemic delayed them a bit. And that's why we've not had gameplay. Nothing to do with the fact that they don't want to market the game. Obviously, I'm not saying a game like this is going to get as much marketing as, let's say, Battlefront would. Because I think for the most part, understandably, they do like to keep these things kind of quiet. It's not going to be out there like, say, Call of Duty or a game like that, Battlefield would be. But at the same time, I just think the pandemic delayed them with gameplay. Would you be inclined to agree? Let me know. Alright, this part of the map. Oh god, I hate this part. Let's pick the next question. The marketing team isn't the best. You see, I don't know who to blame it on. Now, the first one is, I will say this, don't blame it on the devs, people. The devs are not to blame when it comes to marketing. They have, like, no control whatsoever over it, so don't target them. It could be the marketing team, or it could be the embargoes that are put on stuff like this. It's Star Wars. It's like the devs of Battlefront couldn't talk about so many things. Star Wars it's got such a big IP that things do kind of get put under these NDAs and can't be spoken about. It's annoying, but it's something we have to deal with. I felt like things weren't this bad when before it was sold to Disney, but what can we do about that? Next question, let me find one. What's a good one? What scenes would you like to see as bonus levels? So here's another one. Let me clarify this, because this is another thing I've seen a lot of people can't remember the details from a year ago, which is fine because it's been a long time since then. But there's going to be 5 missions per saga level, so 9 times 5, 45. So that's 5 levels. Now that means some are going to get cut, doesn't it? Which ones are going to get cut? I do not know. But I'd like to maybe see... You see, I think Revenge of the Sith... I need to get this helmet. I think Revenge of the Sith is going to go through some drastic changes. Mainly because I never looked at it this way at all. But, seriously, you got the helmet? I never looked at it this way at all. But when LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga was made, or more so LEGO Star Wars The Video Game was made, that was when Revenge of the Sith was being made itself, which is why some of the levels are a bit kind of off with that game, and they don't work as much. But I would say that if Kashyyyk is probably going to get removed, I think Palpatine's Arrest is going to be put in there, and I think they'll move levels like Kashyyyk, like the Jedi Temple raid, and I think they're going to move those to bonus levels. I don't know, let me know what you think, but I definitely think they're going to go that route. Do I think there'll be a Super Gonk? Oh, you mean like the extras? Yeah, I think it's possible, definitely. I think Super Gonk, Invincibility, ones like that. The times multipliers, so like ×2, ×4, ×6. Imagine if they ever went above ×10. What if they did like a special ×21? But I don't know if I doubt they'd do that. Let's not get our hopes up. Is the game going to come out on mobile? I don't have any news on mobile. However, something I can talk about is the PC situation, because a few people have been wondering, and I was even wondering myself, which is hence why I've done a lot of research before I just ran into doing these Q&A videos. So the situation with PC is that the last LEGO game to actually get a physical copy on PC was LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, and those LEGO games in general. The game will be on Steam, so you will be able to buy it digitally on PC, but unfortunately there will be no standard in-hand physical copy for PC, which I think is a bit of a letdown. Because like myself, here's the thing, I'm prepared to do it because it's LEGO Star Wars, but I want a physical copy, but at the same time I want to play this thing at midnight as soon as it's out. So I am probably going to have to buy 2 editions, which, I mean, we're already, if the game isn't delayed, I've already promised I'm giving away 2 copies, so we're going to be buying like 4 editions at this rate, but it's fine, don't worry. And so that's the situation with PC. Welcome, Tyler, welcome. Next question. Do you think they might put Anakin versus Obi-Wan and Yoda versus Palpatine on the same level? I think Yoda versus Palpatine will act as a bonus mission, personally. Reason being, let me get back to Revenge of the Sith. So, like I said, 5 missions per movie. I didn't follow that, it's top first. 5 missions per movie. Let's just do this. I need to look at it. I'm looking at the chat, so I'm not remembering. Like, four of these. It's so easy. Right, there we go. Okay, anyway. So Revenge of the Sith is probably going to be so the first 2 missions of the old game, where you're in the Starfighter and then you rescue Palpatine, will be 1 mission. Then it will probably be General Grievous 3rd. Then it will probably be Mace Windu versus Palpatine 4th. I'm missing one. Or am I? You see, I predicted this a while ago. You'd do the Dooku mission first, and then you would do the Grievous mission, then the Windu mission, then there might be like an Order 66 mission, then I'd say Anakin versus Obi-Wan. I think, give me your predictions on what it would be. Like I said, I can't predict what we don't know, but I do think that essentially you would have the Yoda Palpatine mission as a bonus mission. Because the problem is as well, if they're going with the classic mechanics of you always needing, especially if there's no online, they're going to go with those mechanics of always needing a second player. If they go that way, who's Yoda's second player going to be? Or is it going to be a case of like the classic games where you have Yoda and Palpatine working together to fight? It kind of made sense with Obi-Wan versus Anakin, because they were basically fighting for their lives, but the problem is here is that they're in Palpatine's kind of, they're in his space. It doesn't matter, does it? I don't know if the Jedi Temple mission's going to carry through. I want it to, obviously, but like I said, when the last game was made, they were making Revenge of the Sith at the time, which is why a few of the missions don't work out. Also, that may explain why Mace Windu has like some random Episode 3 outfit. Finally, got that mini kit. Yoda and Bail versus Palpatine. You know what? If they added Bail Organa as the second player versus Palpatine, like, that would be amazing. You know what? They probably won't do that in this day and age, because you could tell by the Force Awakens game. They're unfortunately sticking to canon more now. So that amazing mission of Luke and Vader versus Palpatine in episode 6, I can think of it, in episode 6, is probably in this game not going to involve Palpatine using a lightsaber. But how in the complete saga you had like Cody and Obi-Wan versus Grievous, if they'd done it back in the day, I could have definitely have seen Bail Organa and Yoda versus Palpatine. That's the best idea. I think we need to petition for this. Can we get Yoda and Bail Organa versus Palpatine? That would be the best mission. Imagine. I really want this now. Like, that would be so insane. Leave a like, guys, if you want Yoda and Bail Organa versus Palpatine. Right, next question. Let's find a good one. Do you think General Grievous can get his own individual movie? I don't think that really relates to the stream, Matthew, but I'd love to see it, but I don't know, personally. Yeah, T-Money, you've started a trend. I give you credit for this trend. This is the mission we need. I'll give it some credit in a video. Go down, Ventress. Alright, what's the next question? Who is my favourite Star Wars character? I like Ahsoka, personally. I'm hoping she's in the game. I mean, I say I'm hoping she's in the game. She's confirmed to appear in there in some way because of the Lego set. But I'm hoping she's playable, because she could still be an NPC. I doubt that, but she is going to be in the game. And I hope it's more than just her Siege of Mandalore lock. Siege of Mandalore mission. I think that would be a very good move for them. If they are doing DLC... Now, there's been a leak that suggests that the character customizer, so where you make your own character, is going to be added in as DLC. Because the engine can't run it. Or they're having problems with the engine running it right now. How much of that I believe, I don't know. It could be fake, but if that is one of the 8 DLCs, then that worries me for the quality of them. Like, the DLCs in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens weren't great. They had a Clone Wars skin pack that didn't even have a clone trooper in it. Do I think there'll be a deluxe edition? Right now, the only thing even close to a deluxe edition is this Steelbook Han Solo and Carbonite case, and we still don't have the full roster of shops that's going to be available in. That's what I'm hanging on to, because right now, I'd have to go back and watch my own videos to remember, but I'm 99% sure it's only available in America, or even Canada, I believe, right now, not even America. Unless, I don't know how it works over there, if you guys can order from Canadian shops as well, if you're in the US. I really have no idea. But if you can, then I suppose it's available in the US as well. Pick up the Saber, Ahsoka. Which level episode do you want to do? I would... Missions that have never been done before, I obviously want Palpatine's arrest. I would like Yoda vs Sidious. I think I always kind of forget that one exists, mainly because of the big battle at the end of episode 3 between Anakin and Obi-Wan. But also, it's a tough one, because most of them have been covered. I'd say I just want that Exegol fight, but we know that's going to be in there. But that is going to... The Exegol fight has to be like the big one. The replacement big one in replacement of the episode 6 fight. Yoda and Bail, sorry, I forgot Bail. He's so crucial. Do you think we'll get Indiana Jones? There is a new Indiana Jones movie coming out, so that would be a big nostalgia call, wouldn't it? If they put Indiana Jones in the game. Imagine the scenes if they put Indiana Jones in the game. where you have to watch the trailer. I think that would be a nice callback. There was some interviews last year. Like I say, these things are so long ago now. But there was an interview with the game designer James McLaughlin, and he spoke about how the people working on this game are very passionate and they played these games when they were younger. Now, essentially, that could all just be talk. We've heard all this before. We hear this with Battlefront. The devs claim they were the big fans of it, and sometimes it shows and sometimes it doesn't. But I think it could be a shout. We'll see. I would like to see Indiana Jones in there. Do you reckon there'll be any bonus levels in the Skywalker Saga? Like Poe to the Rescue? Yeah, we know there's going to be bonus levels. There's 5 levels per episode, and then there's going to be bonus levels. I don't think there'll be a single mission that was in Complete Saga that won't be in this game, but I do think some will be dropped from the original 5 levels. Like, I don't think the Kashyyyk mission's going to be in there. I think I'm going to skip this part. We've got the True Jedi, which is what we needed. I'm not gonna get the mini kits, so we're going to back out of that now and maybe move on to the next one, because I can get invincibility. Next question, anyway. I'm sorry if you hear me drinking a lot as well, but it's very hot over here. I need 1 million for invincibility. Right, next question. Is LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens worth getting? I'll do a quick question like that. I personally just don't like it, but that's because it didn't really follow my childhood of a LEGO game, but I could understand why someone would like it. So I would say 50% off, so is that like £20? Because I'm guessing it was 40 to buy. Was it 50? I can't remember. Just tell me what that equates to quickly. Daniil, welcome. Revan in the game would be good, and Revan, since I have it myself actually, because it was an offer for back in 2011 or 2012. If you spent over like £50 on May the 4th at the Lego shop, you got a Darth Revan official Lego minifigure. I got that back in the day. I still have it today. So technically, Revan does have an official Star Wars minifigure. And off the subject, but also why Revan could be in this game, is Revan is getting so much official Star Wars merch right now anyway. So he's getting like his new Force Effects save, which I really want to get as well. So I think, like, imagine if they put Old Republic characters in there like Revan. And this is the game to do it, really, because it's not a canon game. So I think games like this are the best place to do stuff like that. Try and get True Jedi on this one. Let's PU the General. I'd £14 for the deluxe edition. I'd definitely say do that for Force Awakens. Starkiller as a character, that could... Now, Starkiller's in this game that I'm playing right now. So if they don't put Starkiller in the next one, because once again, it's not canon. I know this wasn't in the Disney era, but it's the perfect place to do it. Do you think we'll have two players in different eras like the Clone Wars? So do you mean constantly 2 players like this all the time on screen? I do think we'll have that, because the game most likely won't be online. So we're going to need 2 players for the game to function, for people to be able to play it with like their siblings and stuff like that. Daniil, I'm hopefully going to get his saber too. It's September 1st, the Revan lightsaber. So hopefully, I gotta make a tough decision. Do I get Darth Revan's or do I get Count Dooku's? I could get both, but it's taking up a lot of space, so I don't know. Next question. What are your hopes for combat? Combat, first of all, now let me know if you disagree with me at any point here, everyone. But I would like the combat system from the Force Awakens game dropped. Now, I understand that the combat system from the Complete Saga is definitely a bit outdated now. I understand that, and I'm not saying I would be complaining if that was the system we got. I wouldn't be. But you need to drop the whole spam this button to attack. Like spam X, spam Y, and whatever the PS4 controllers are, whatever you play on PC as well. That didn't work. The whole targeting system as well, where you'd hide behind a wall and shoot. I didn't like that. It's a lot of stopping. I think what we like in LEGO games is just like what I'm doing now, to just be able to run around. I think the system of hitting and just slashing and slashing like the Complete Saga works, and I definitely want that in there, but at the same time, you could maybe have like skill moves you unlock, because right now, take Grievous for example here. This is his skill set, and these are the only skills he can do. Maybe unlocking new moves and being able to incorporate them into the combat would be interesting, and it'd be something else to spend your studs on as well. Let me know if you think that's too far, but I personally think that would work. Next question. Do you think the NPCs will be good in this game? I've never had a problem, personally, with like LEGO NPCs, to be honest. Average. They're not going to be up there with your big AAA games, because it is a LEGO game at the end of the day, but the vast majority that play this, I want to say it's children, and it probably is, but in a jokingly way, that you're also going to have all your 20-plus-year-olds like me whose childhood was these games. Can you get out of my way, please, Battle Droid? But anyway, you're definitely going to have all the older fans coming back, but you do need an easier combat system in there for all the young ones, all the Padawan learners. And while I would say, you know, difficulties, having like an easy, a hard could work, at the same time, I think what makes LEGO games good is we just beat them on the same difficulty. I need to mow over this one, and it's not working. Can we get 80 likes? Indeed, Karen. 5 away. Hello there, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Do you think we'll be able to switch screens to another character like the first Grievous mission, the Clone Wars? There's a lot of that in this mission as well. That would be good. Now, I believe that wasn't in The Force Awakens. Force Awakens is like the game that I have the least amount of knowledge on. It's still good knowledge, but it's not great knowledge. I think it would be a good feature. Like one like that, I didn't personally mind. But we'll see, obviously, what happens. Hello, Doom. Good to see you as well. What about Blaster gameplay? I heard they're going to give us ads when we play Blaster Hero. What do you mean by that, exactly? Welcome, Splotchy. Levels on each character would be cool, but what you've also got to watch is that you don't just want this to turn into Battlefront, but in LEGO, because they've already modded that, haven't they? Levels on characters would be cool, but one thing I think is very important is that you've always got to keep these as LEGO games and nothing more than LEGO games. That is why people love them so much. That one of the big problems I had with the Force Awakens game, because I always get the feeling when I talk negatively of that game, and it was a great game in a lot of ways, but when I speak negatively of the Force Awakens game, I'm worried that people think I'm just saying it because I'm not the biggest sequel fan out there, and that's not it at all, because in terms of LEGO, it doesn't matter the era. I think that the developers who've worked on these games over the past few years have been so talented that they've made even some of the worser moments of the saga so entertaining with their levels, but that game just seemed to be everything that a LEGO game shouldn't be. The mechanics did not follow the original game, and I understand LEGO games are changing day by day, and this isn't just with Star Wars, and these things are incorporated into a lot of the LEGO games they do nowadays. But I think leveling up characters, like I said, maybe adding an easy, normal, hard difficulty, it'd be cool, but I just don't think it would work. I think we've got to try and keep it at a LEGO game and nothing more than that. But let me know if you disagree. Right, let's get into this hole. I hope the blasters are not flick fire. Oh, flick fire missiles. I don't even collect LEGO anymore, but I was still collecting when flick fire missiles were a thing. One of the that's what I mean when I say this stuff can go for like actual physical LEGO as well. Like that just takes us further away from a LEGO set and more into the range of like a normal toy. And plus, even when it's not LEGO, like, do any kids actually use those things? When I was little and I'd be playing my pretend battles with my LEGO sets, I would not at any point use flick-fire missiles. I'd make the shooting up in my head. It's so much effort to keep on firing them and then going back and having to get them. I need to close down these doors as well. I want to get this invincibility, and then it's going to make these levels so much better. Next question. Do you think when you drive the Death Star you can destroy planets? So, because you could play a Starkiller base, couldn't you, in Force Awakens? I think that stuff was getting pretty ridiculous. However, I'm not fully against it because, like I said, these should remain LEGO games, and LEGO games can get a bit crazy like that. So maybe playing as the Death Star and going around blowing up planets would be cool, but how would those planets respawn in? Because then, like, essentially Alderaan could just come back and respawn once it gets a bit bored of not existing. Flick fire is how you break your sets. I don't know if they're as powerful to break your sets. Maybe poke someone's eye out with them, definitely. But what I also don't like about new LEGO sets, I'm going to try and stay on the topic of the game, but I will just say this about LEGO sets these days. I don't like the flick fire the stud shooters either. And I noticed on the front cover of the game, Chewbacca's got a stud shooter bowcaster, which I'm aware is what he comes with in the LEGO sets, but really incorporating it into this game. No stud shooters, no flick fire missiles. Maybe if they got rid of those things, I'd start collecting LEGO again. Next question. Do you think we'll have an ice cream guy from The Empire Strikes Back in the game? Wilro Hood, you're referring to. There's over 500 characters in this game. Over 250 of which we know are going to be NPC. Over 250 of which, sorry, we know are going to be playable. So I think it's possible. Definitely. We gotta get in here. How many different Clone Wars figures do you think? How many different clone figures, I'm guessing you mean, I think will be in the game? I think they're gonna include so in terms of just the 9 movies, you're going to have Cody, you're gonna have Gree, you're gonna have Bly, Rex and Wolf, if they make it into the game, that is, are probably just going to be DLC if they're in the game. That is, we don't know if Rex is in the game yet. But Cody, that's why I was hoping. A lot of people wanted Cody in that new Utapau set, didn't they? That would have also confirmed him for the game. Whether Cody is going to be helping Obi-Wan take on Grievous anymore, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I would love for that to be the case. You think I love complaining? Ghost, I'm just giving my opinion. If all I was doing was complaining about these games, I wouldn't even be playing them. I just like to get my opinion out there. I'm a very passionate gamer when it comes to Star Wars. I think gamer's the wrong word, actually. I'm not really much of a gamer anymore. I just quite like Star Wars, to be honest. Anyway, do you want the Jedi super jump attack to return? They could, as one of the extras. They could, I suppose. In terms of extras, they need... I didn't like the disguise ones. I didn't like the silhouette ones. I don't even know if they're in this game. I know they're in Complete Saga, though. Those ones need to go. 100% they need to go. But the Super Slam, I would keep. And another one I liked, which was from Complete Saga, which would allow Jedi to use grappling hooks and just jump really high. So you wouldn't just need a blaster hero all the time. That stuff I really liked as well. Hope you can buy each character in place of their respective trilogy. I think you'll be able to. I think that the character unlocking system is just going to be the same as originally. So you would be able to... You'd unlock characters like young Obi-Wan, like Qui-Gon, through playing the actual mission. And then you would unlock, like, let's say Sidious. Obviously we know he's getting a code, so it's probably not the best example. But you'd unlock, like, Sidious by... when you eventually play the level with him in, you would then unlock him after that. A disguise and silhouettes in every LEGO game. This is where I admit my knowledge is bad on every LEGO game, because I don't play any of the others. You know something I'd like to see, though, personally? I'd like to see the LEGO City missions return, just 2 of those. Would anyone be down for that? I think they were so cool in the first one. if you watch my complete Saga streams, you know how excited I got when it came to those missions. I just think they're really cool. I didn't play Lego Dimensions, no. Will they still have gold bricks? I think they'll have gold bricks. The thing I would be more leaning towards in this game, Wojo, would be those carbonite blocks returning, because they've obviously only been in the Force Awakens game. I wouldn't mind them returning. Definitely in place of the blue mini-kits. The blue mini-kits weren't in this game, and I know I include the blue mini-kits in a lot of my gameplay, background gameplay and videos, but I was talking to Fierceblade, who I record that footage with, and we were kind of just laughing about the fact that you essentially have to play every mission at least 4 times on the complete saga. I just don't... It's like neither blue mini-kits or carbonite blocks. Don't do both. Gold bricks and normal mini-kits, True Jedi, I definitely think will be in there, but at the same time, they're obviously going to include something new as well. They do that with every LEGO game. Oh, there's Jabba the Hutt. Wonderful. And there he is again. Do you think there'll be big battles in this game? You mean like the base building battles of this game? I think they could do that in a very cool way. I think, especially for the prequels, they could have one base builder mission every episode. They could even potentially do that for the other trilogies as well. I don't think they would, but they could do that as like a bonus thing for the Clone Wars era, because I think most people will be rushing to that Clone Wars era, so I want the base building missions to return, but we'll obviously see what happens there. The carbonite blocks were cool though, but I just think they were another version of mini-kits, really. I think it'd be cool as well is if, because the carbonite blocks unlocked characters in this, in the Force Awakens game, so you'd unlock, like, let's say Queen Amidala by collecting a Han in carbonite block. They could actually make the block have the character on that you can unlock, so it could be like, you know, Jar Jar in carbonite, and then you unlock him. I think that'd be cool. Don't just make every block Han. Then again though, we know we're getting that deluxe edition cover with the Han and carbonite on it, so maybe it's going to play a crucial part in the game. They also had a life-size Han and carbonite on display when this game was revealed last year, so that's also something there. Colton, welcome. I understand if you didn't like the base builder levels. I definitely think they're something that you neither like or don't. I personally love them, but that's another reason why I wouldn't make them so prominent like they were in this game, just because a lot of people don't like those missions. They feel they're... I can't speak for you, obviously, Tyler, because you just said you don't like them, but speaking to a few other people, that they think that they don't really follow that LEGO structure of, like this mission here, it's like a maze to get through. With those, it's just more of a generic Star Wars battle, but with LEGO, I suppose. Do we know if the DLCs are paid? We don't, however, I would say there's a possibility that they could be delayed, obviously. Just with the fact that they were in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. Right, we're going to leave this droideka behind. 10 likes off 100, guys, let's get it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're new. I hope they don't focus only the movies as well. We know we're getting the Razor Crest, we know we're getting the Resistance ITS Transport, which is a Galaxy's Edge thing. But I think the reason they didn't include like the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda on that code with the Razor Crest is mainly because they wanted to save it to unlock in the game for everyone, because some people are under the impression still that you've got to buy these LEGO sets to get these codes when they're universal. I know in a perfect world, if everybody obeyed by the rules, that's how you would get them, but the fact is, so many people have already got them, so it doesn't matter. We nearly got this invincibility unlocked. You think we'll get a demo? I don't know if they're going to do a demo. I think if they were going to do a demo, we would have had one by now. So my best guess, my best educated guess, especially looking at The Force Awakens and how that was marketed would be no, unfortunately. I think there definitely was going to be a demo. I think there would have been a lot of things this year. I think, honestly, the game was releasing in the summertime before the pandemic delayed it. There's definitely been a delay, because it would have been out by now if there wasn't a pandemic. Maybe not. Maybe there always is the possibility that they were still working on episode 9 and they didn't have everything done with that, but still, I think there's a chance. You look how close the Force Awakens game came out to the actual movie. Come on, Solange, cut through that. Will there be any news this month? The news that let me just clarify, because the last time I spoke about this was at the start of the stream. News this month, so we were told we're getting something in summer. Summer obviously ends officially on September 24th or something, but the developers have confirmed that summer in terms of news this summer means any time before the end of August. So once we reach September 1st, we are out of the news zone. So it's the next 3 weeks. I would say keep an eye out August 20th to August 31st. That is the 11 crucial days. Obviously something could come right now, but I think it's going to be later on in the month, personally. Do I think there'll be a targeting system for characters with blasters like in Clone Wars? I think they'll keep that going. That was kind of in the Force Awakens game, just they included the whole hide behind a wall thing, which I hope is not in this game, but probably will be, won't it? Dr. Nuvo Vindi, what a man. Is there going to be red bricks? Red brick. There's so many now, isn't there? Like the original games was just mini kits and true Jedi's, and now it's red bricks, carbonite blocks, blue mini kits in some cases. There's so much stuff. It's unbelievable. Any confirmed release date? We only have the leaked one, which is the 20th of October. That's neither going to get confirmed or denied this month, isn't it? I think we should have enough for that invincibility now. Because we're not going to get them all the 10 mini kits once again, but we got the true Jedi. So skip that music. 5 likes off the big 100, guys. Let's get it. Zavi, yes, they're leaving it late with the news, but hey, this is Star Wars these days. Everything gets left late. We're also getting a Mandalorian trailer this month as well. Red bricks are a staple of LEGO games as well. This is why I think they shouldn't be overcomplicating things, because you don't want another complete saga situation where you're playing through the same mission a billion times. And that's, like, a complete saga you got to play through. Story mode, then you got to get all the mini kits and True Jedi, which can take multiple times. Then you got to go back and do the blue mini kits, and then you got to go back and do the super story. So really, realistically, it can take you like 6 times a mission. You don't want that. So I think really they should just keep it to red bricks, mini kits, and True Jedi. Well, they're not going to do that. I'm fully aware they're not going to do that. But that is what I think would be the best option. Okay, we have enough for invincibility. I know exactly where it is, because I wanted to get it earlier. I was playing a bit of this today, and it took me out the wrong way, but I can get there. Or not. I need a Force user. Do you think there will be Powerballs? I want Powerballs back, because Powerballs are not in this game, and they weren't in The Force Awakens either. Powerballs are such a cool addition. That was one of the additions that wasn't in the original 2 LEGO games, and then they brought in for the complete saga. It would be such a cool thing, but once again, I don't know where they stand on that. Making your lightsaber go bright purple, it was always a delight picking up one of those things. But if they do bring them back, can we also get an animation that is exclusive to them for the blaster users as well? And Palpatine, because if they make him lightning only in the originals, can we at least give him purple lightning or something when you pick up a Powerball? Luke, we're going to get something this month. I would say a trailer this month, because we've still not got a full-on trailer. They're calling these 2 small teasers trailers. And that's not what they are. Next question. How many mini-kits should there be? Will they keep it to 10 or will they only do 5? Now, I can't speak for the fact if they've done 5 in other LEGO games, but they've never done that in a Star Wars game. Keep it to 10. 10 is... It's just fun looking for them. 10 is a good amount. 5 is too little, but if you... Say they went up to like 15, I don't think they're going to mess with this anyway, but say they went up or down, it's too much or too little. 10 just works, in my opinion. Next question. Do you think we'll have something like George Lucas in peril? George Lucas, I hope, is in the game for starters. We need a clone for this, aren't we? I hope George is in the game because I wasn't really... I didn't pay much attention, but what now, looking at it, is definitely a bit of a... punch. I would go as far as to say a punch in the throat, it feels like, knowing that Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams are in LEGO Star Wars, The Force Awakens, but George Lucas is nowhere to be seen. Like, whose idea was that? So the fact that they've been put in a LEGO game before the creator, leave those two out of it and put in George Lucas only. Maybe Dave Filoni as well, but no one else. George Lucas in peril mission, I would lose it. That would be amazing. You got to save him from the clutches of Disney. Okay, we got our invincibility, boys and girls. That should make things far less annoying. Next question. I've completed Complete Saga, Wojo. When are we going to get more codes for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? We're just waiting on now the Advent Calendar, which is supposed to release September 1st. However, so was the Razor Crest, and people have got their hands on that. So I would suspect the Advent Calendar one is coming at the end. I'd say, once again, watch out for that August 20th to August 31st time period. And people are saying for this Snow Gonk droid, it's got to be 7 characters, obviously. It's going to be Snow Gonk. Now, I was inclined to believe that as well. However, we got the Mandalorian one completely wrong. People thought it was going to have the word Mando in it somewhere and then, like, numbers or something, but it turned out to be the planet name, so that was a surprise to be sure. We'll do True Jedi on Castle of Doom. Can I just check characters real quick, actually? Who do we still need? Right. Hello, Jet. I meant to, hang on a second. There you go, Jet. I meant to do that yesterday. Right. Hello, Hayden. Good to see you. What do you think the Order 66 scene will be like in the Skywalker Saga? I think they're gonna... It'll just be a cutscene. And then I believe that one of the bonus missions, so once again to clarify for those who just joined us, every single mission, or every single episode is going to have 5 missions, and there's going to be bonus missions that you can access via the hub world. I believe that you're going to get to play as Anakin and a 501st Trooper. It'd be great if it was Appo, to be honest. But you're going to get to play as Anakin and a 501st Trooper, and you're going to get to storm the Jedi Temple. Because they know what the fans want. They know what the fans want, and that is going to be one of them. Am I going to unlock more characters? Right, so characters here, if we take a step away for a quick minute, we need the mouse droid. Does anyone know how I get it? We need the female droid, which we're going to need to find in the Republic Cruiser. Then all these guys... I still need to get Newt Gunray, but he's not showing up in the room. I don't know who most of these are. Like, how do I get these characters? I know I gotta get the mini kits, but if anyone's got any tips. Anyway, questions. Do you think we'll receive Ahsoka Tano? Ahsoka is 100% confirmed. She's in one of the LEGO sets that says play it, so she will be present. Obviously, it's not confirmed if she'll be playable. She could just be an NPC, but she'll most likely get added with DLC or something, or might just be in there from day one. You never know. A character like her, while not being in the official 9 movies, they'll know it's a big mistake to keep her absent from the game. Right, let's go to Tatooine. We got a True Jedi on this one. Play as... no, we'll play as Ventress, actually. Where is she? Female droid is by the medic bay. I went there. Today I went the whole way around both and couldn't find her. Will we get a confirmed Shakti death in canon? Will we finally get it? I think logically, if we are to go off any of them, the one where Anakin stabs her and comes up behind her in the chair and she somehow doesn't know he's there and stabs her. I think that is the canon one, if we had to logically think about things. But even if we do get one in this game, it won't be classed as canon, but if they went with that one where Anakin comes up behind her, then it would most likely point to it once again being canon. Let's destroy this thing. Okay. Imagine Jedi Fallen Order had this. What? Imagine Jedi Fallen Order in a Lego game. Like, this is the thing. I know it's not going to happen because it's to do with games have harder kind of rights to secure. So it's why we don't get many like Battlefront or Fallen Order Lego sets. I would love a Jedi Fallen Order character pack. It will not happen 100%. Don't even get your hopes up because they do not crossover games like that these days. I really want it, and you know, if I'm to be wrong at any point, I hope I'm wrong now. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. But I'd love to see like a second sister Cal, or the ninth sister in this game. How giant would she be? I would absolutely love to see that. Let's get these done quickly. Nope, jump on it, boy. These better not be timed. Bet they were timed, weren't they? Yeah, oh no. I'm not going to do that now. Next question. We're 100 watching. Welcome, everyone. We're going to be doing these around once a week if you want to join us for these epic Q&A sessions. We've got a lot of content planned for this game. And if the game is not delayed and is coming out this year, we're going to be giving away not one but 2 copies of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Everyone can enter. It's not going to just be like channel members. And don't worry, it's not going to be some stupid like the video, subscribe giveaway, because we all know you can't tell if someone likes your own video, so it's going to be a legit giveaway of 2 copies of the game, so I can't wait for that. And right, Rabonio, let's find him. Can I kick who, Wojo? Do you want me to kick? Is Tyler or Jet not in the chat? I'm sure they'll have a better idea. I think Jet's taking care of it. What is the next question? A Younglings cutscene. Maybe, because it's too violent, isn't it, to include in other Star Wars media. Can we actually get a mission where Anakin you have to cut down the Younglings as Anakin? I want to see how much of a fight they put up. I want to see if any of them actually understood at first. Maybe they thought it was just a training session with Master Skywalker. Like, I'm not sure, to be honest. I would love like a Younglings mission. What do I want more? Let me know what you want more, actually. Do you want a mission where you get to kill the Younglings as Anakin, and you can have like what Apo be the second character, or do you want the Yoda versus Sidious fight from Episode 3, and the second player character along with Yoda is Bail Organa? Which one do you want more? I don't know if I can decide. Just imagine Bail Organa having to try and keep up with Yoda jumping around the Senate chamber. That would be one of the greatest things. That would add something to at least look back at 2020 and say, well, it was a bad year, but at least we got to see Bail Organa take on Emperor Palpatine. Does Disney overlook the missions with this game? By overlook, I don't know. I think Disney... I think this is out of Disney's hands. I think they just leave, especially with a game like this that doesn't have to follow canon. I think for the most part, they will probably just leave Warner Brothers to do their thing. And only intervene, you know, if things really need intervening. I don't think there'll be much restrictions on things. Welcome back, Daniil, as well. They still could have put up some fight. Surely 27-year-olds running at Anakin would put up a fight. Was Bail Organa not in the complete saga? I don't think he was, actually. You're right. This is an outrage. How many 5-year-olds could I take on? You know, if you had, like, a group of... Let's go with the Jedi here, because it's just going to be a little dark. But if you had, like, a group of 27-year-old Jedi charge at you, I think you would have a pretty good chance of taking a few of them, but at the same time, I think they'd have a pretty good chance of doing some damage. Like, imagine if they all just went for Anakin's head or something. Like, while Anakin's fighting one of them, another one jumps on his back and stabs him with a lightsaber. Okay, put that there. Oh, really? Oh, really? Next question. Have heard about the Blocks magazine. Yes, I covered it in the news video on Friday. There wasn't anything in there, but the reason I included it is just because it still stated that the game is coming out in 2020. So you have to look at that and think, along with these Lego sets as well, which I know are done months and months in advance, but you have to look at these things and you have to notice that they're still saying 2020. One thing, though, that I will point out, and I didn't know about this when I made the video on Friday. Quick drink first, because it's hot here. Okay, so one thing I wasn't aware of is that the Warner Brothers Twitter account tweeted out advertising the Darth Vader keyring bonus if you pre-order the game from their website, and the image they included did not have like a release date or even like 2020 written on it. It just said pre-order now. It didn't say pre-order for when it releases. So I'm not prepared to make a full dedicated video to that. I would have included it in the video on Friday if I'd known. I think it happened after that, to be fair, which is why I didn't include it, because I do my digging before making these videos. But if we get some news in the next few days that is video worthy, I'll include it in there and I'll briefly talk about it. But it's interesting how they left it out of an official post, that they just didn't even bother to put 2020. Am I drinking Coke or water? I've actually switched things up and we've gone with a 0 sugar Fanta drink. What flavour? Guess. And if you guess right, that means Bail Organa will be a playable character in the Skywalker Saga, just like he was in this game. But we want live action Bail Organa. That is what the people want, so that is what the people must get. Why not shoot it down? Next question. When we choose an era, will be at the beginning or the end of the movie. They have confirmed 1 year ago, they confirmed at E3, that you will be able to start the game from whatever point you deem necessary. So we're gonna once again exit this one because we got the true Jedi. But you will be able to start from episode 1, episode 3, episode 6, episode 5, episode 8. Who would want to start with episode 8? I'm joking. You can start wherever you want. You can start wherever the hell you want with this game. Now, I'm just going to do it. I love the prequels, but realistically, I want to save the best till last. But I'm going to do it in order, so I'm going to go from 1 to 9. Which means, as a prequel fanboy, it's going to get that bit worse as it goes along. But at the same time, LEGO missions are fun. So, it's not really going to get worse. Do I think there'll be Season 7 concept for the Clone Wars? We know there's going to be some in there from these confirmed LEGO sets. I definitely think there'll be some DLC. I'd like to see actual DLC missions to do with this stuff, because while there was a few in The Force Awakens, it was mainly just characters, which I think is far less underwhelming. There's no Bail Organa LEGO figure. It's just outrageous at this point. I don't believe it. How could they do this? Right, we're going to go over and get the medical droid. I'm going to go in chronological order as well. I mean, let me know what order you're going to go in, guys, but I'm going in chronological, personally. Will Jar Jar still be able to jump high? I think so. He's the high jumper in this game. We see him jump high in Episode 1. I think they're always going to stick with that trait because they're not going to give him a blaster, are they? So I 100% yes, do believe that Jar Jar will remain to be a high jumper. The question is, will Grievous? Because Grievous is in the Complete Saga, but he's not in this game. I think to make up for Grievous not being able to use the Force, they should continue to make him a high jumper. That's 200,000! Okay, thank you. I'll come back to that one. 200,000? Surely a Vulture Droid isn't much. Most people are going to play in chronological. The thing is, now you have the sequel trilogy. It's like, what would be the point in starting with Episode 4? They're going like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Imagine doing that. Do you think we'll have dark side missions? I hope there'll be dark side missions. Games in general are so generic that they always want us to play as the good guy. Obviously you have games where you play as the bad guy, but Star Wars games especially, when you get to play as the bad guy, you get to play as Iden Versio for about 5 minutes as the bad guy, but you can tell she's going to turn. So why don't we get some missions as the bad guys for once? People like to play as them, and that's the thing, you also get, usually in the past LEGO games, you unlock all the good guys for free because you play the missions. Is it going to let me go in? There we go. You unlock all the good guys for free because you play the missions, and then you have to buy all the bad guys. But why should you have to buy? If that's it, really, isn't it? If they know people must care about the bad guys if we're willing to pay so much for them, so do the same for the good guys. I know there's a few like background Jedi that you get to unlock and all that, but I think they should just stick to doing a few missions, predominantly keep it as the good guys. Yes, you want to follow the story, but also do a few as the bad guys, like Dooku and the Magna Guard in this game, like the Bounty Hunter mission with Cad Bane. Why don't we get to play the Zam Wesell chase in Episode 1 from Zam Wesell's point of view? That would be very fun, I have to admit. And that's a very good example. You have to run away from Anakin and Obi-Wan into the club. I hope when they do that mission, because it's definitely going to be in there, I hope they add a bit of ground combat in there as well, not just flying around in a speeder. Where is this medical? There she is. There she is. Okay, how do I get this mouse droid, people? What room is the mouse droid in? Fortunately, she was playing as the bad guys. Well, true. That's a good example. I'll give you that. So, really, at this point, I'm just saying mix it up a bit. That's all I'm saying. Just mix things up. Hello there, Inky. Good to see you. Do you think they'll update figures who've not got updates yet? Like Boss Nass or Jar Jar? I do. They do that in LEGO games anyway. Like the amount, like for example, let's go back to our good friend Bail Organa, who seems to be a big talking point of today's stream. Bail Organa has never had a LEGO minifigure, but they update him. I think they will continue to update everyone, personally. Let's just hope they get Commander Cody right this time. Commander Cody doesn't have much luck with LEGO. He never gets updated LEGO minifigures physically. And he also never really gets, they never get him right in the games either. Now, why is nobody in these cells? What do I have to do? Why is nobody in the cells? This is interesting. Alright, everyone's just correcting me on all the older Star Wars games. I'm talking about more recent times playing as the bad guy. Hello there, Stewie. I think bad guy missions should definitely be side quests like helping stormtroopers try and find C-3PO and L2. That'd be another good one. You look at the video game and all the missions are as the good guys until you get to that bonus mission where you play as Vader and the stormtrooper. You used to think the luxury droid was attractive when you were younger, Jet. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. That's fine. You know, Lando likes droids too. Do you think when you play as a Jedi you can force an ability with a wheel like in Harry Potter? You could. I think there'll be new force powers. They'll definitely incorporate things from other more recent LEGO games that have happened since the last LEGO Star Wars. And bearing in mind, they didn't probably get to do anywhere near as much as they wanted to do with The Force Awakens. If it's an unfixable bug, Gary, then I'll just have to buy the two characters. I'll just have to use cheat codes to unlock the two characters in there. So who are the two? It's Newt Gunray and who else? Where is this mouse droid, though? I so want to find the mouse droid. We're going to play a mission in a second. I hope the Jedi don't all have the same force powers. I think they're going to switch it up. I think there'll be Jedi who do, especially a lot of the background Jedi in the movies. Like Plo Koon, obviously he's big in the Clone Wars, but in the movies he's kind of background material, isn't he? I think here, like, let's say Plo Koon, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Luminara and Dooley will probably all have the same abilities. I think Anakin will probably have unique. I think Obi-Wan and Mace could maybe have the same. I think they'll give unique ones to Yoda, to Anakin. Probably to Rey, let's be honest, unfortunately. But I do think there'll be different ones. You have kind of different ones throughout this game. And the original LEGO games. Anakin's dash forward was different to all the other Jedis. I think Dooku will get his fair share. Spawns in the Grievous area. Okay, well. Logan, I'm getting sick of waiting for this game as well. I've been looking around, and the amount of people saying I was hyped, and then all the time we've been waiting, I've just kind of... the hype's left me in a way. And I admit, if I didn't have a channel on this where I'm constantly focusing on it, I probably would have been the same. This is why it has to be... there are factors from the pandemic playing a part in this. Because no one in their right minds would market a game to this this level. It's not great. Am I going to be playing with Yaddle? Oh, I can't wait to play as Yaddle. Yaddle is such a great decision from the team. A fantastic decision. Let's go right off. Listen to Ryloff. Should Liberty, my favourite mission. Next question. What was his idea? If I can find the comment. I think I've lost it. Edward, what was your idea Jet was talking to you about? I want to see this as well. I've got like 5 LEGO games. I've got like 5 games I want coming out this year. Squadrons, LEGO Star Wars, Halo Infinite, Grounded, Microsoft Flight Sim. Squadrons I'm not too interested in. Like, if LEGO Star Wars was to be delayed, just in that circumstance, then I would buy Squadrons probably, just for the sake of having it. I already have all 10 mini kits on this. Wait, I think I have True Jedi on this, don't I? I might not. No, I don't think I do. I'll just get True Jedi quickly then. On it. Battlefront Gamer, welcome. But if LEGO Star Wars isn't delayed, then I'm just gonna get that and not Squadrons. Squadrons is like a last resort for me. Welcome back, Average Teenage Flexer. Are there any big questions people still want answered? And as I said at the start of the stream, I'm heavily educated on this game, on all the LEGO Star Wars games. I have to be to run this channel on it. So if you have any questions, every piece of info we've officially received, I can answer you. I can't answer you on things that we have no idea about. So basically, if you've got a question, I'll tell you if we know anything about it. I'll give you my best educated guess on the situation. Do you think they're going to be Rogue One and Solo a Star Wars story characters? I think they will eventually, over time, get characters from every era of Star Wars in there. I 100% believe that will be true. What do I think about George Lucas rewriting the sequels? My friend, I wouldn't look too much into that. Look, I'm not pro-Disney Star Wars in any way, which is fine if you are, by the way, but all that stuff is... You know, George Lucas sold Star Wars. It's just kind of fake news. I'm all for, because, you know, clickbait and misleading are very different things. I'm all for a bit of clickbait to get people to watch your videos. I do it myself, but misleading someone to that degree, it's not... None of this stuff about George coming back is true, unfortunately. I wish it was. Why have they been so silent? Mainly it's NDAs, embargoes, Adam, but... one of the major factors has just been that the pandemic this year has put them significantly behind. I know LEGO games don't get as much marketing as AAA games do, but at the same time, oh, I'm going to get those purples. At the same time, there was a lot of material that came out for this game very quickly when it was announced. So for a game that they're quote-unquote not going to market that much, I don't see that as happening. We'll get gameplay this month, I know it. There's 3 weeks until the deadline for getting this news is up. 20th of August to 31st, I'm going to keep enforcing that. That is the time you've really got to watch. Do you think the game will feel rushed with 5 levels per film? No, in the original LEGO Star Wars, the video game, Episode 2 only had 5 levels. I think it will work, because there's going to be side quests as well. And sometimes, what they're probably very worried about is that it's easier to get 6 missions out of one movie than it is another. Like Last Jedi, they're gonna struggle heavily. Believe it or not, Revenge of the Sith is kind of a hard one to get 6 missions out of. I know you're probably looking at your screen right now and thinking this guy is crazy. Trust me, Revenge of the Sith is my favourite Star Wars film. But think about it logically for a second with Revenge of the Sith. In the original game, they combined the first act of the movie into 2 missions, which they really didn't need to do. So that first ship mission, along with defeating Dooku, rescuing the Chancellor, will be 1 mission in this game. Then after all that, you've got some really lay low time on Coruscant with all the main characters. They don't do much. So you go straight from that to the Grievous mission, which is going to be mission number 2. Then, after that, problem is, like I said, when they were originally making the complete saga, they were doing it alongside Revenge of the Sith being made, so they didn't really know much about it. The Jedi Temple mission and the Kashyyyk mission don't play a big part in that movie, so they're probably going to get skipped over to be bonus missions. They will be in the game, but not as the main 5. So you're going straight from that, really, to probably Palpatine's arrest, and then you've got the Anakin versus Obi-Wan mission, so that's 4. Now, in that for that 5th mission, you've got to decide, really, what are we going to go with? The Jedi Temple invasion, Kashyyyk, which don't really get main parts of this movie, or are we just going to do Yoda versus Sidious? But think about that logically. If they go with the missions I've just given you right there, how much of the movie are they actually missing out? That's the problem with Revenge of the Sith. There's a lot of just standing around and talking. I love it, personally. But game-wise, there's a lot of time there that you're just going to skip over. So I think for movies like Revenge of the Sith and The Last Jedi, it works better only having 5. It's just playing Kashyyyk and playing the Jedi Temple Invasion. It works fine for bonus missions, and I hope they're in the game. But logically for the main story, which is what the 5 missions are for each level, it does not work in any way. So let me know if you disagree, obviously, but that's the way I see it. Whereas Episode 1, on the other hand, there's so many missions you can have for that are all crucial to the main plot of the story. There will be a cutscene But remember, I'm wondering how long these cutscenes are going to be, especially if they're doing the voice lines as well. I hope there's a grunts option. They did say they were looking into that, so I can only hope. Right, there's another true Jedi done. We're going to come back and do the mini kits. The mini kits are so difficult on this game to get like first time. So just skip through that. For the Order 66, there should be a quick cutscene for Emperor Palpatine executing the Order, and then you play as all the Jedi that were killed. I think realistically there, they do Anakin and a 501st Trooper in a bonus mission. Let's say they do 3 bonus missions for each episode. We don't know how many bonus missions that you acquire in the hub yet they're going to be, but let's say you do 3. For Revenge of the Sith, it's going to be Kashyyyk, it's going to be the Jedi Temple mission, because they are 100%, I can't confirm it obviously, but 99.9% chance that they are going to include every level from the last game. It's being built from the ground up, but they will still include all those levels, because there will be outrage if any of them missed. Maybe not to the same degree, but they'll be present in there in some sort of way. So you're going to have the Kashyyyk mission, you're going to have the Jedi Temple mission as side quest ones, really. And at this rate with Revenge of the Sith, you're probably going to have a mission of Anakin staring at Padme, brushing her hair at the window. That's how much downtime there is in that movie. Is there going to be a Lucas minifigure in the next game? I hope that was a rumour that was started. There's no confirmation to back that up yet, so I wouldn't read too much into it. However, I hope it's true. Definitely. What would the 3 missions be for Lost Jedi? This is the thing, maybe they won't have a select amount. The 3 bonus missions, I've just made up that number. There's going to be bonus missions, we don't know how many. So it could be different, but what are the main missions going to be for the Lost Jedi? Most of the actual action that movie takes place at the end. You're going to have the big mission at the start, taking down the Dreadnought. Then what do? You're going to have a mission slowly firing at the Resistance transport. Or a mission of Luke fighting Rey and Octo. Like, what are you going to have for Lost Jedi? They're going to end up doing 2 Canto Bight missions, which is going to drive people crazy. It's going to be the equivalent of the 2 Tatooine missions combined with the 3 Death Star missions of Episode 4. That's what Lost Jedi is going to turn into. When the game's been out for a while, we all know the basics of it, and you're going back to do your mini kits, it's just going to be a sake of, oh, do I have to do the double Canto Bight mission? I'm calling that right now. It will be a double Canto Bight mission. Which one haven't we got 100% on yet? For the True Jedi. Rishi Moon? Haven't done that one. Let's be someone else this time. Let's be Bail Organa, the man himself. Right, next question. Level 1 would be about getting the ship, and so this is for Last Jedi, I'm guessing you mean average. So level 1 would be destroying the Dreadnought. Level 2 would be on the ship, and then the side quest. Oh no, this is episode 3 you're talking about. Hello there, Ethan, as well. Even if you play as the dark side though in the Lost Jedi, you're going to have the first mission with the Dreadnoughts. Then you're probably... You know what they're going to have to end up doing? They're going to have to do an evacuation from the Rebel base mission. Because for the end of the movie, you can have the throne room scene, you can have the Battle of Crate, you can have the Phasma versus Finn and Rose fight. But that's all at the end of the movie. They need that cemented mission in the middle at least, and they've not got that right now. I'm so curious. Like, the end of The Last Jedi is going to be insane in this LEGO game. But it's about getting to the end of that that's going to be the problem. We're actually going to play through this mission as well through it, because I know I'm trying to get True Jedi, but we're just kind of not playing through much of them. Mini kits I'm probably going to have to do off stream. Who did we get? We got Dooku. And then move to R2. Next question. What level am I most excited for? I'm excited for Anakin versus Obi-Wan. I'm excited for Luke and Vader versus Palpatine. I hope it continues to be Luke and Vader versus Palpatine, and I hope Palpatine gets his lightsaber, unlike in the Force Awakens game. And I am excited for... I always like to retake the Palace. I know it's an underrated one, no one really talks about it. But retake the Palace in the Complete Saga was really fun, because I just feel like you have the whole crew together before everything goes wrong. You've got Anakin... you've got Anakin, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, the 2 droids, Padme, and Panaka. You've got the whole crew there. I always enjoyed that mission. It's a really long one, but I don't mind it being long. I need a clone. I need a clone. Okay. There's 5 missions per level, Kobe. They're welcome as well. So you're saying it's going to be Dreadnought Takedown, Ray Training, Canto Bight, Finn, Rose and DJ on Snoke's ship, / Ray and Kylo versus the Guards in Battle of Crate. How is the Ray Training one going to work, though? Because people really didn't like those missions in the last game that consisted of you kind of just walking about and not really destroying anyone. Especially that ending mission where you find Luke. People weren't big fans of that, admittedly. Can you not get that? Can we not get through here? What did I do? Is there going to be Maul versus Ahsoka? That is Clone Wars, obviously, but it's possible. Obviously, it is possible. It could be a thing. I hope they add in missions from the Clone Wars, but only time will tell right now in terms of that. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to do. Right? Yes, there we go. I hope there's going to be Darth Vader versus Luke then after the cutscene, Darth Vader and Luke versus Palpatine. That would be more realistic to it, because obviously in the video game / the Complete Saga, sorry, the original trilogy game / the Complete Saga, you just go straight in with Vader and Luke. But you also have to find that balance of how much do you make it 100% accurate to Star Wars and how much do you make it like a Lego game? Because these things do defy canon. If we go off the original ones, Force Awakens game follows canon a lot more, not with the silly cutscenes, but in terms of making sure Palpatine doesn't have a lightsaber. Making sure you can't play as Luke because you don't want to see if he's got a lightsaber or not yet. Well, that's what they thought we wanted, at least. It's possible, Kobe, that the Ray Training in Octo could just be like a puzzle level. I wouldn't be down for that. But once again, if I go off the comment I made earlier about having the base battle missions in the Clone Wars, but not having too many for the people who didn't like them, then I think it's only fair that you also have a mission in there that focuses on maybe a puzzle mission for people who like that. Make it fair that way. But it's still, I don't think, going to be a popular mission. Some weird equipment in here, don't they? Is that it? Do you think they'll have a classic character appearance extra? Someone was saying, do you think they'll add in the system where you can add in a code and then it'll unlock all the old characters? I think it would be cool having all like the new character designs, like let's say Dooku for example, because we got him here, and then once you maybe get certain extras in the game or you get a long way or use a code, you can play as the classic Dooku look. And the same for that with all the characters as well. I think that would work really well. I'd love something like that in the game, personally. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new as well. I would appreciate it. Okay, take him out. Can Jango do these doors? He is technically a clone, right? He's the template. Maybe Sith Troopers will do something in the Complete Saga Jet. I would much prefer that than them just standing there, but that would be very cool, once again. How does the Blaster Fire look? We have no confirmation of Blaster Fire just yet and how it's going to look, but I would guess that it would be very standard. At the same time, I hope they don't bring back the hide behind wall thing, but hold behind the wall and shoot maneuver, but if they do it, I suppose. I just thought that slowed things down. Like I said near the start, people just want to be able to wander around and do whatever in LEGO games. They don't want to keep being pulled back by something that you have to shoot behind a wall. I get the sequel trilogy characters aren't exactly the brightest. You know, they don't know how to hold lightsabers. Finn doesn't somehow know that they have flying stormtroopers. It's a weird trilogy, I know, but I don't think they need to hide behind walls every 5 minutes. We can do that naturally, like now. If there was a droid, let's find a droid. There, look. I don't need the screen to tell me to press Y to hide behind, because I can do it myself, and then I can come out like this. It's such a weird mechanic for me that they added that in. That was just more like your general puzzle mission game. Kobe, I'm worried about the stud shooter thing, because we were talking about that earlier. Because Chewbacca has a stud shooter in the front, on the front cover of the game. So, like, that's kind of worrying for me. I understand that is what he has in the official LEGO sets that they produce. But this is a LEGO game. It's different. Stud shooters are so annoying in every way. What custom characters do you want to make? I want to make your class. Your class? What do you mean as that? Do you mean like... What do you mean by your class? Either way, I want to... Obviously, I'll rush to make Darth Binks, as I used to name him in the old LEGO games. Darth Jar Jar. I'll make... Imagine if you could do custom clone paint jobs. That'd be cool, but I'd rush to make Darth Jar Jar. I'd probably make like Jedi Knight Dooku as well. I hope there's a few slots as well and not just 2. But there is a leak, and it's just a leak, guys, so don't take it as confirmed. But there is a leak that the character customizer will not be in at launch, and it will be DLC, which would be the first time it's never been in at launch for a LEGO game. So that's kind of worrying. Will the date change? We will know. It's the 9th, it's going to be, let's call it the 10th now, pretty much. There's not long to go. There's basically 21 days, because we're not going to get anything today. So, in terms of confirmed characters, there was a data mine that suggested, once again, not really much confirmation backing this up. It could have been from anyone, but there was like a data mine looking shot from the code of the files that was going around, and it suggested that character customizer would be in the game, but then the leak suggested that there's a problem running it in the game and it's not going to be until after launch. It's going to be one of those 8 DLCs that we saw in another leaked screenshot. So right now it's pretty up in the air, but it would be the first time ever with a LEGO game in general that a character customizer hasn't been in there at launch, which is kind of worrying. And if that is one of the DLCs as well, it begs to say, like, what are the other DLCs going to be? But as far as that goes right now, we don't really have much to go off. That could be completely wrong. So I'll make it clear every time we go off a leak. That is just leaks and speculations. That might not be true. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. Let's try and get 150 likes on this stream right here. Next question. Do you think the Deluxe Edition will have a Season Pass? I hope they don't do a Season Pass again like they did with the Force Awakens game. That, once again, just seems a bit generic and stretches further away from the title of LEGO game. But if they do it, they do it. There's going to be 8 DLCs, but Season Pass is just not my thing, I'm afraid. I got invincibility on as well, because I was destroyed pretty easily there. Okay. We'll set Dooku. Rogue One DLC. If we get a Rogue One DLC, we'll get a Solo DLC, so we will see how things go with that. I hope it's live service as well, but logically speaking, I don't think a LEGO game will be live service, Wojo. I'd love it to be, but it will probably get DLCs for the first few months, but in terms of a long-term live service, it will... Say it came out in October, the support would probably be over by February. But I don't think that would kill the game. I still think there'd be so much going on with the game. Welcome, Flickster, welcome. Is there going to be a battle with horses on a Star Destroyer? Rise of Skywalker missions. Let's talk Rise of Skywalker missions. Obviously, the latest movie hasn't even been out a year yet. A very divisive movie, but we'll start with, I'm guessing, the TIE fighter fight at the start of the movie. That would seem about right. There's an actual mission there. You can look at it and say, yes, that's coming. Then the next one, I'm guessing we're going to go to Pisana and have something with the trio. Then I reckon we'd leave Pisana and go to Kajibi. I love the planet names in Rise of Skywalker. I'll give them credit there with that movie. Kajibi, Pisana, Exegol, some brilliant names. I didn't even look at this, but I didn't even see it. I was looking at the chat. But let's follow this quickly. Alright, so we're going for the TIE Fighter battle first, then Pisana, then Kajibi. Then we're going to have, I would say, Rey versus Palpatine, the Exegol mission. And then you're going to have the space mission up in the sky. A bit like Return of the Jedi, how it was the Vader, Palpatine, Luke battle, and then it was the space battle. I'd love Exegol to be the grand finale. I think it would be very fitting. But at the same time, the space battle would probably take place after that. Although Palpatine, when he destroys it, when Rey destroys Palpatine, the whole thing comes crumbling down. So maybe you would have the space battle, then the main Exegol battle with Rey. Or maybe they'd be intertwined into one and I'm missing a level. Let me know. Do you think I'm missing a level there? I think that would work out just fine. A High Republic DLC. You need to see how that High Republic era does first. I think on the one hand, people are kind of annoyed it's not Old Republic, but on the same page, it's like, well, how would they mistreat it if they did Old Republic era? Pisana will be 2 levels. It's possible you could have the main level on the ground and then the underground part, but I feel like that's stretching it, personally. Maybe if they were doing 6 missions, I could definitely see that. Django can't destroy these guys, can he? It's so annoying. I need to switch. Multiplayer, I doubt. I think it will be 2-player in terms of co-op at home with 2 controllers. But I don't even think it's going to have a 2-player online feature at this rate. LEGO games just don't seem to have them in general these days, so I think it's unlikely. I'm not really interested in High Republic either, but it's not out yet, so it could be good. But I don't really buy the bucks. That's another problem. The vast majority don't. I hope they don't do a Star Wars Resistance DLC average, but they probably would, wouldn't they? They did a Freemaker DLC in the last game, and I had to look it up. Like, what the hell is the Freemakers? And it's a LEGO series, but that, for me, I get it's a kid's game, but then again, I just don't think that stuff works, because although the game itself isn't canon, all the characters usually are. You can go with Starkiller, like I said, and people like that, but are there any Freemaker fans out here, really? If you are, let me know, and that's fine, but I don't even think the average Star Wars fan knows who they are. I didn't. Until I was greeted with this character pack. I have Yoda here, I didn't even realise. Alright, Yoda, let's go. With the way Yoda jumps on top of them, puts his lightsaber in. And that's a move from episode 3. So imagine we do get some sort of Jedi Temple mission, and we can pull off that move. I think that will probably be in the game. Why would they change it, to be honest? Let's hope we at least get a clone trooper in this game, because clones have never had it fair in LEGO games. And then in the Force Awakens game, I get it wasn't their game, but they put in all the classic characters and missed out the clones. They've got a movie named after them. It's only fair you add in the clone troopers, I think. I think everybody would think that. We're 4 likes away from the big 150, guys, so let's hit it. We're going to be doing these Q&As once a week, unless things really are stale. I doubt it. I think we're going to get something, but we're going to keep these Q&As up once a week. It should be a lot of fun to do. You would love an all-inclusive Clone Wars game with all 7 seasons. I'd love that too. I don't think they're going to focus on that. I just don't think they're going to do it now. Clone Wars is over. Disney don't seem to really be... They don't really seem to be interested in promoting this era all too much. But we can obviously see what happens. I'm missing a bomb. And I've just jumped in. It's this one here. A friend of yours loves the Freemakers. I suppose if you're a kid, maybe you like this stuff, but I don't think it works, personally. I don't even hear kids talk about this stuff. Maybe, I'm not saying it has no fans out there, of course it does. Do a vote, guys, 83 of you in the chat. Do you know what the Freemakers are? Yes or no? Because if that gets a DLC, I am gonna be unhappy. Right, this fight is gonna be so much easier with invincibility. Like, this really helps. Come on, Yoda. Come on. Right on him. Right on Grievous. He just managed to escape there. Right, there we go. Right, so a lot of people seem to know what they are. Okay. Well, once I've got the full vote, and we'll see if people actually like them. That's the next question. And if you want to prove me wrong here, absolutely feel free to prove me wrong and say you like them. I agree these were the good old days unknown when this game came out. It's too bad this game is basically just Season 1 with 2 Season 2 missions and Savage Press cheat code from Season 3. There's not much more to it. Well, I got a minute here actually. Thank you for the support in this Q&A today. Like I said at the start, I'm not trying to claim this as like my own original idea. I see everyone doing these, so of course I wanted to join in. The LEGO content is being really well received right now. I'm so just into the transition of moving on to this game now, so I obviously wanted to get involved with a series like this, so thank you all for watching. It's not going to be overdone, it's going to be a weekly thing. Yeah. Imagine a Bad Batch DLC. This is so annoying because you got to be so fast against Grievous. Like, look how fast you got to be. Thank God I have invincibility. Is there an easier way to do it? Do a poll on the community tab. I don't think it's worth it for the Freemaker adventures. Might just, considering we got the True Jedi and we're not going to get the mini kits, do a save and exit there. Can't milk the idea too much. And not just milking it, but I want to be able to potentially answer new questions about news that we get throughout the week. Because even though we're getting nothing substantial, we are getting little droplets of news here and there every week. So it gives us a new topic to talk about. Even when I think to myself every week, like, surely this week I'm not going to be able to do a news video because there's going to be nothing. And then something pops up on the Reddit that is video worthy. But I have to discuss it. Well, we got a minute and I'll answer some more questions. Apart from the mini kit characters, how do I get the remaining ones? Now, I have completed this back in the day, but it's been a while. How do I get the mouse droid? I believe the final classic character is neither there or it's the Stormtrooper. But who are like these? Like, these are clones. How do I get these guys? Are they clones? Who are these characters again? I gotta get this up. I gotta refresh my memory. I have no idea who they are anymore. Right, I'm getting it up now. I want to see. In fact, no, it's taking too long because I'm streaming. Let's just leave that. Somebody just tell me who these characters are. What my realistic DLC, Lucas? Clone Wars Season 7. I think realistically it's going to be a Season 7 when it won't be a full-on Clone Wars DLC. I think the character customizer, I think the leak could be true, and I'm going to go with that as a DLC as well. A Star Wars Rebels DLC. A Mandalorian DLC will definitely be a thing. God. Probably Resistance. They're probably going to include it. That's 5. Maybe a classic DLC, but I don't know. I could see a classic thing as like the classic character designs from the old games just being something you get in-game. So I'm going to leave that one off. So 3 more would maybe be an expanded universe DLC, because I think they could, like I said, Revan has got an official Lego minifigure. Starkiller is in this game, I believe. So I think they could maybe do an expanded universe DLC. That's 6. I think the other 2 will be like the character customizer ones and be actual mechanics and not so much individual characters. Oh yeah, the bottom characters. Are all of them like create yourself? They are, aren't they? It's like 10... Are all of them? Like every slot? Solo and Rogue One as well, yeah, that's probably your 8 there. How could I forget them? Yeah. Grunts being a DLC. They said they'd look at... So the Grunt situation was people were outraged from the first trailer that it had voices, and they immediately tweeted like TT Games that we're looking into Grunts. So I think, especially after all this time they've been working on the game, I think there's a very high chance that there'll be the option. I was thinking at first like that they surely haven't got time to do this, but I think after all this time now, there will definitely be, at launch, a Grunts or Voices option. Because they know there's going to be backlash if they don't do that. There was backlash after The Force Awakens, and the online era is nothing but stronger since then. More people will complain, more people will put it in their reviews, and they don't want that. What levels from Complete Saga do I think need the most improvement? Well, we know every level in this game, in the Skywalker Saga, is going to be built from the ground up. But they're still going to be focusing on those levels. So I think the Zam Wessel mission is one of the first ones I think of. Obviously that was added in for the Complete Saga. It wasn't in the original video game, but I think that needs a huge upgrade. I think the Jedi Temple, like me and my friend were laughing about it when we played the mission, that the first part is just in some snowy mountains. It's not even on Coruscant. The temple looks nothing like the Jedi Temple. So if they do that in the actual 5 levels, or if they do it in a bonus mission, I think it needs a huge, huge upgrade. And, I don't know what else I would say. We're going to leave. I'm going to end soon, so we won't do another mission. How do I find this mouse droid? I must find it. Where is the mouse droid? Hello, Doom. Do you think the Razor Crest will have a bathroom? Someone uses it, don't they, in the show, so it's possible. It is possible. It is. Indeed. I need to go up there. I need to get up there. I need a grappling character. Go up. We've got 1 million now. It's amazing how the multipliers do so much for you. What is this? Score times 6? 10, 10 million? 10 million? I'm going to do this legit. I don't want to use codes. Are you serious, though? 10 million? We're going to use the silver one for that, haven't we? Go over here. Clones in Jedi robes would be a cool skin. I'd like that. I'd like that very much, actually. I believe that's 10 million. Capital ship interiors would be great, like this game. I noticed, actually, the Dreadnought is significantly smaller than the Venator. The typical bad guy agenda they seem to have. They hate bad guys. But they should definitely even that out a bit. $10 million, I know, right? This is too much. I think the Razor Crest will have an interior. If they do a DLC, the ship itself, like this code, it's probably just going to be a ship you use in free play. It won't be anything great, but it's there, I suppose. It is present. If that's 10 million, how much is... Because I've got ×2 and ×4. How much is ×8 and ×10? A holiday special DLC. Imagine the scenes. If they did that. I think I've pretty much answered everything though today, guys, so I'm going to do whatever this... I'm going to empty the bins, and then we're going to end the stream. Thank you for a successful first stream. In fact, am I even going to bother doing this? No, I don't think I am. It seems a bit dead. But thank you for watching the first Skywalker Saga Q&A. Right now, I'll keep them to Sundays or around every week. I won't promise Sundays. The next one might be Saturday or the next one might be next Monday. But they're going to be around a week apart. And that is provided we get a substantial amount of news, which I think is finally coming together and happening now. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. 20 million for 8 and 40 million for 10. I suppose once you have the other ones it'll be easier, but right now it's just a bit of a drag, isn't it? But thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. Let's do the active users. So thank you, Wojo, Aspida Tube, Average, Daniel, Dylan, Dino King, Doom, Hector, Jack, Jet, Matthew, Noah, Ridiculous Otaku, Tyler, Unknown 7 and Woody. Thank you for watching, guys. I shall see you all in the next one.